Hey there, in this video I want to talk a little bit about the Bow Slicker Bow Sling from Alpine Innovations. Stay tuned. So those of you that watched my last video, which I talked about going on a backcountry elk hunt, it'll be my very first backcountry elk hunt in Colorado, and I'm really excited about that. If you haven't watched that video, be sure to check it out at the link that I'll post up here in the corner. Also post that down in the description below. But one of the things that I talked about in that video that I will be running is a Bow Slicker Bow Sling from Alpine Innovations. So today I want to do a little bit of a review, I guess, a little short review of the Bow Slicker bow system, but also want to give just a little bit of credit to specifically Corey over at Alpine Innovations for the customer service that they provided for me. Just a little bit of a backstory. So on the last hunt that I went on, the turkey hunt, one of the things that I was looking for and I couldn't find was my Primos bow sling, just so I'd have a way to carry the bow over my shoulder. I couldn't find the one that I have that fits my parallel limbs, so I actually had to go and get an older model that I've had a really long time. It's worked really well, but it's the older model and it just doesn't really fit the new parallel limb design bows. And so it worked okay, but it didn't really provide the kind of protection for the cams that I was looking for, and it was a little bit cumbersome. And so when I got back from that hunt, I decided that I wanted to go ahead and order a replacement. So I got on Amazon and started looking through, actually looking for another Primos with the neoprene that fits the parallel limb designs. And I came across a different system, and it was by Alpine Innovations called the Bow Slicker. So I was a little bit intrigued by that. I started doing a little bit more research on it, got on YouTube. I really liked the innovation that they had in it, and so I decided to go ahead and order one. Went to Amazon, pressed the order button. 2 days later I got it in the mail. When I got it, it came in this nice little carry pouch, this nice little touch. It's got a little clip that you can clip onto your to your pack or whatever, so when you don't have it on your bow. But it was nicely packaged. But once I opened it up, I realized very quickly that the one that I had is kind of a two-piece system. So there's the cam cover, and then it's got a separate slicker, and so it was a little bit confusing to me. I remember watching the video on YouTube from Alpine Innovations where they talked about it being a one-piece design. So it appeared that I didn't get the one that I thought I ordered. So the first thing I did is I got online, went into Alpine Innovations website and called their customer support number. A young lady named Corey answered. She was very helpful. I explained the situation to her, and after a few questions, she indicated that I had the original model of the Bow Slicker, which was in fact a two-piece design, and that the newest version of that is a one-piece design. So after asking a few questions, doing a little bit of research, Corey called me back and said that they would go ahead and ship me the correct version of the Bow Slicker. So she went ahead and shipped that out that same day. Within a few days I had it in my hands, and it was the one that I had looked for. So the great thing is Corey didn't charge me anything additional for that. She just went ahead and sent it out. I asked her if I needed to send the other one back. She told me to go ahead and keep it. Of course, I got 3 daughters and a wife that bow hunt also, so we'll make use of it. It's a nice solid design, just not what I want to run in Colorado. So anyway, a little bit about the Bow Slicker. The one thing that really intrigued me about it was this patented limb loop system that they have, and it's the way that it mounts to the bow. So basically what you do is you have your bow here, and you put you basically take this limb loop and you put it over kind of the limb right there on the riser, and then you have the cam cover that goes over on the top cam. You bring it around, put the other cover on the bottom cam, and then you can protect your strings like that. And then similarly, you take the limb loop system and you just pull it around and loop it to the riser. And so what that does is it allows you to, when it's connected to the sling, it's got a nice little quick connect here, so I can connect it. And so the bow is actually supported when you're carrying it over your shoulder, if you have it over your neck and shoulder. But the bow is actually supported by the riser and not the actual cams or the limbs, and so I really like that, or the strings. Also, it negates the need to have the snaps like on the Primos, so that you have to snap it on there. I really like that. It stays secure without that. You know, that's going to be well protected. It's got some elasticity to these, so the bow's nice and protected. It's not going to damage the limbs. The other thing I really like about it is if you kind of take a look, so we've got the sling here, and there's a secondary strap that runs right across, right here, across the slicker, and that's an adjustable strap. So it will custom fit your bow anywhere from, I believe, they say 24 to 36 inches. So that's a real nice feature. Basically what you do is you take this and you loosen it all the way up, you put it on your bow for the first time, and then you go ahead and tighten it and get it just a little bit tight. You don't want to over tighten it, and then it's a custom fit to your bow, no matter what your axle to axle length is. So I really like that. It provides nice protection. I believe that's, I don't know if that's neoprene, but it's got a nice little protection there for your cams. It's got a water resistant slicker that goes over the strings and the cables. And so it's just a really, really nice system. The other thing, also it's, I believe the weight on it is 9.5 ounces, so it's nice and light. So it doesn't add a whole lot of bulk and a whole lot of weight to your system. So the other thing that I went ahead and picked up while I was there is a sight slicker. And I was looking for something just to protect the pins on my sight when I'm walking through the brush. And so I got the sight slicker. What I really like about that is once you can put it on there and you pull this little drawstring and it tightens it up around the sight, and then it's a one-hand operation. It's got a little tab. You pull on that tab and it easily comes off and you're ready to go. So again, that's the sight slicker and the bow slicker. Those come from Alpine Innovations. Alpine didn't pay me. They didn't give me any kind of consideration for doing this review, but I just wanted to show my appreciation for Corey and their customer support over at Alpine Innovations, and I appreciate them taking care of me on that. So anyway, if you do decide to order it, that's the other thing I want to talk about is I know it's easy and I'm as guilty as anybody, but it's almost too easy sometimes just to go to Amazon, pick out what you need, put it in your cart. 2 days later you've got it with Amazon Prime. But there are situations where it's better to go ahead and go directly to the vendor, especially your local shops, that kind of thing. I don't think we have any local shops that retail the bow slicker here, but go to Alpine Innovations website and they can get you set up. So don't always fall into the trap of doing the Amazon, because sometimes you may get an older product. And again, I love Amazon as much as anybody, but I also like the idea of supporting local shop. All right, so in addition to that, coming up over the next several months, leading up to that hunt in September, I want to do a series of videos talking about the preparation that I'm doing for the hunt. Of course, I hope to have some good footage of the hunt, but one of the things that I want to do is I want to talk about some of the gear that I've accumulated, or that I do accumulate. I want to do a little bit of testing of that gear. I want to talk a little bit about nutrition and the fitness and all the things that I'm doing to prepare for that hunt. So in fact, I'm leaving on Wednesday of next week to fly up to Denver for business for my real job. And so I'm going to be there Wednesday through Friday. My wife is going to be out of town for the Memorial Day holiday for the weekend. And so I decided I'm just going to stay up in Colorado. I'm going to drive out to the area that we're going to be hunting, hike in to where we're going to be going. And while I'm there, I want to do some, of course, I'm going to do some scouting, but I also want to film some videos with some of the gear that I'm running and do some tests on that. So if you have any ideas or have some things that you'd like to see me test while I'm in the mountains next weekend, I know I've got a limited amount of time before I can get it here, but if I can get that, leave your comments in the comment section below. Feel free to post it over on TexasBowhunter.com or on our Instagram page at TexasBowhunter.com. Let me know what products you'd like to see me test, and I'll see if I can get that done while I'm up there. So again, appreciate you joining me. As always, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. If you want to be one of the first notified when I get a video uploaded, be sure to hit the little bell icon, and I'll look forward to seeing you on those next videos.